Everybody, I'm Adam Biggers, FanRag Sports in the Mitten, and I'm here with Roger Christensen. Now in your fourth year, Roger. I mean, it's kind of a few years ago you were out here, very good middle infielder, Defensive Player of the Year, NJCAA. Just, I mean, I've asked you this a bunch of times. How I guess, going from player to coach, how is that transition going for you right now? I mean,
every year it's getting a little bit easier. So, you definitely have to just keep on your toes and keep working as a coach and keep bettering yourself so that you can, keep moving this program in the right direction. So we're finally getting there. That transition is, this being my fourth year, the culture's in place, and I'm going to have a bunch of my guys out there, all of my guys out there this year. So this is, truly my first full team. So I'm excited to get going.
How's Mott baseball changed since you've been here?
I would say the biggest thing is culture. I mean, right, well, I really focus on academics a little bit more than, I guess, previously. So we have had a lot more kids graduate with their associate's degree and move on. So, at this point in time, we have had multiple kids now at D1 schools. We have actually 3 playing at Oakland this year that were, past Bear ball players. So Grand Valley, it's just, guys are working hard on both ends of the spectrum now. It is student athletes, so, grades do mean a lot to me, and these guys are picking up on that.
This year, I mean, obviously with it being a 2-year school, your sophomores kind of like your senior. Who are some of these key sophomores that we should be paying attention to?
Well, this year we have 2 captains that I named in the fall, which is earlier than I've ever done it before. But Jack Mulick is the positional captain, and Evan Gates is the pitching captain. So, those are 2 right now that are leading the way academically and athletically for us, showing these freshmen the ropes.
I was out here during the summer. Evan, one of those guys that you can tell just a really hard worker, really dedicated to the little things, detail-wise and everything. What kind of growth have you seen out of Evan?
Oh, tremendous growth. So, he came in here throwing 82, 83. He's topped out, just went to kind of a Pro Scout showcase here and topped out at 90. So, he's gained 7 miles an hour, and, well, it's been a year now. So, he continues to work hard, continues to make progress with the secondary pitches, and he has a bright future.
You've recruited pretty well, too. Tell me a little bit about the freshman class coming in, guys that we need to watch in that regard.
We have a few big ones to keep an eye on. A.J. Brazelton runs a 6'4", 60. That's scooting. So he's definitely one to keep an eye on as a freshman. And then, it's really spread out from there. We have a lot of freshmen coming in working hard with chips on their shoulders. They're trying to prove themselves, and it's still early in the fall. We go to Saginaw Valley this weekend to scrimmage them, Tiffin after, so we're starting to play some tougher competition. We're going to be able to evaluate these guys a little bit more and see who's stepping up and executing.
Last year, just 1 game out of a playoff spot postseason, very close. How do you sense? Do you get a good sense like you're right there on the doorstep?
Yeah, like I mentioned, that culture of winning. If you look in our years past, we work middle to the bottom, right? So we've been working our way up, and that the grades, the kids who focus on academics, it turns around athletically there too, and you're going to see that this year. We're going to have probably the highest GPA we've ever had in the fall as a baseball program, and that's going to translate to a lot of W's in the spring.
My final question for you, Roger. New addition to the coaching staff this year. Not only you and Brownie, with you being the head coach, but now you have an assistant, Mike Toews, graphic designer at Mott, former player at Central. Really knows the program, really knows. I mean, you remember him when you went to Mott, I'm sure. So what does the addition of Mike kind of mean for you guys?
Well, like you said, when I played here, he was taking my pictures for the program. So he's been around, he knows what it's about, he knows what it used to be, and he's excited to learn and make this program better. So he has a lot of responsibility right now. He's just trying to get accustomed, but he's the assistant head coach. So he's going to come and work hard and help us move forward. 2 others, though, that I do want to mention, Coach Mompal, who was a player of mine my first year here, and then Coach Vince have made huge impacts already for these guys. So, I think a big part of me coming in early, me getting this job, was me being able to relate to these guys early on. And these 2 can do that and allow for me to sit back and delegate. As you see here, Coach Mompal has practice running here. This is his practice plan. So me being able to delegate some power, get some work in, and watch these guys get better. And Coach Mompal is going to be someone to keep an eye on in the future, and if I ever have that opportunity to move on to the next level, he's someone that could possibly fill my shoes here.
And actually, one more question for you, Roger, because in the background, everybody's probably noticing. If you haven't been to Kersley Park, or if you have, you already know that it's one of the better fields in the area, hands down.
Appreciate it.
Got a makeover, new press box up there. I just went up there, not finished yet, looking very good. How much does that mean to you guys? I mean, just you have the field, you get in the press box. I mean, facilities are big at every level. How important is this press box?
You know, the biggest thing I take from it is that the school's recognizing what this program's turning into, right? And they're putting some money into it. That's big to me. We have support from the school, and it's proven right there. We already had the best field in the conference. I feel I'm a little biased on that end, but I appreciate you saying so. But it just got a lot better. So it's huge to see the school back us, and know that we have support from upper administration.
Well, Roger, really appreciate your time. Roger Christensen, former Clio standout, former Mott standout, one of the best middle infielders I've seen here locally. Appreciate your time, Roger. You're doing a fantastic job with Mott Community College baseball.
Appreciate that, Adam.